G'day everyone. In this second part of the video series, I'm going to explain how to actually pollinate the flowers in the hope you're going to get some seeds. So let's have a closer look. Okay, so what we're going to be doing here, we're going to be doing some cross-pollinating, and we're basically taking the place of the bumblebee. So all this is going to be manual. So to cross-pollinate, the whole idea is to get pollen from a genetically different flower, or not the same flower as well. So to access the pollen, you just lift up one of the petals, like I'm doing here. Get your cotton bud, or you can use a paintbrush. Simply insert the cotton bud underneath the petal and on top of the style. That's where all the pollen is, and just roll around your cotton bud to get as much pollen on the tip as you can. Okay? So once you've done that, carefully take it out. You can see how that cotton bud is slightly yellow. That's the pollen. And then get your cotton bud, and now you have to transfer the pollen onto the flower that you want to pollinate. So the whole idea here is to find the stigmas, and that's the part of the flower that needs to receive pollen for the flower to pollinate. Now to find the stigmas, lift up one of the sepals here, and you can see that there's a little bit of a knob there, that hook there. See that? That's the part that needs to receive the pollen. So just get your cotton bud and roll that up and down to really coat that stigma. And that's it. And then repeat the procedure around the flower. There's about 5 of them to really increase your chances of pollinating the flower. Hopefully that's given you a better idea of how to pollinate Sarracenia flowers. To help you further improve your chances of successful pollination, it's a good idea to repeat the procedure over a course of say 4 or 5 days. And that's because those stigmas are only receptive for a short period of time. It's hard to figure out when they're actually receptive, so by extending the procedure over a longer period, there's a better chance that you'll be hitting those stigmas when they are actually receptive. Now, just another tip, it's a good idea to use a Ziploc bag to place the same cotton bud that I used throughout the whole procedure, even over the 4 or 5 days. And that helps to preserve the pollen. And I also like to use the same tip of the cotton bud. And by doing that, you're concentrating the most amount of pollen on the one surface area. And that will help you improve your chances because you're transferring the most amount of pollen onto those stigmas. So till then, happy growing and happy pollinating.